Today's memory training tip deals with memory systems because when people are learning information, they think if they have some sort of memory system, it's going to make learning the information a lot easier, but that is not the case. So I was doing a trial of international names, and I remember when I used to have a system for this. So what I did was I got common names, American names, 300 of them, and made images for those names. And then I practiced over and over and over again, so when I saw that name, I had an image right away. So Carl would be a car, right? So that's what people do for names. Well, here's the thing. A memory system for names is really completely useless because if I'm not memorizing just American names, if I'm doing international names, guess what? I have all these other names that I have no clue if they're common or not. So even if I go out and get 300 of the most common names from the 10 different languages that they use for international names, no, it might even be more, that's 3,000 images I have to create for all those names. Well, that's a complete waste of time. It's going to take a lot of time to come up with 3,000 images. Now, here's the thing. Especially this name, I might never ever see it again. And so I did all that work for a name that doesn't even appear that often because there's pretty much an unlimited amount of names. So having any sort of memory system for names is just dumb. And it also applies for the event words. People like to do the same thing. Oh, let me get the common words out there, make images for them, and then when I'm memorizing words, it's going to be a lot easier. Well, when you go and start memorizing words, you may never see the same word again. Okay, so I memorized a lot of words with this specific software, and I'm pretty sure I never saw this word before. Maybe they keep updating, maybe they change the words out, but I've never seen this word before. There's some words I've seen, like rest and bowl. I've seen at some point, but why am I going to spend all this time making a system for the chance of seeing those words when I should actually be focusing on the skill? And the skill is being able to memorize just random words. If it's for random words events or the names event, because names are just words, right? So when you get better at actually using the technique itself, you're going to be a lot better off for later down the road when you're coming across information that you're ready to learn. Now, how this applies to actual useful information is that you might be learning something in a chapter and you might be thinking, man, if I had a system just to learn this stuff, it'd be a lot easier. And so maybe you put like 10 hours in just to make a system to memorize some information in that specific chapter. But guess what? Later on, for the rest of the book, you never come across that information ever again. So you never could use your system again. The system was only useful for that one chapter, and then the rest of it, it was just gone. And so if you're better at the skill of changing words to images, you're going to be that much better, right? And so the same thing when you're trying to learn information, you have to just be skilled enough, practice the skill of the different techniques, whatever it may be. So if you come across information, you're able just to memorize it on the spot instead of trying to plan out 10 hours just to make this memory system that you might be able to use just for one chapter and never use it again. So in terms, it's pretty much useless. And so that's my tip for you is just be aware of what you're learning and if a memory system is actually going to help you long term and not just for one chapter. And also to be aware that the technique that you're learning, practicing that, mastering those techniques is what's going to help you learn a lot faster. Not having this memory system just to learn an information. Because I could go memorize 1,000 words. I might never see those words appear in a trial. And so all that work just to have that memory system and not have any of those words appear, a complete waste of time when I should have just spent my time focusing on, hey, let me get better at changing any word I come across into an image. So hopefully this video makes a lot of sense and you can see where I'm coming from. And hopefully you enjoy it. I'll see you next time.